boys behaving badly. What's the reasoning behind this? What is happening here? So, a lot of times you got to think about this. Many of us, we sort of want to toe the line. We want to fit in. We want to get along. We want to play by the rules. And the irony of that is that you typically, the people that play by the rules typically get burned by the rules, right? And I sort of counterbalance that with what? Which is the idea that I should be able to play by my rules, right? I should naturally have a disposition to follow a certain internal compass that will guide me, hopefully, right, in a positive and good direction, if you will, right? But not always, right? Some people have the tendency to behave badly and get rewarded for it. And so not only do they not get punished, but they get a reward in turn. So there's this guy, I'm going to call this the Fetty effect. Buddy I would consider him symbolically in the modern era to be like a pirate, bandit, that type of guy, right? And he got handsomely rewarded for his bad behavior, for his mischievousness, right? There was something naughty about his nature that allowed him to get away with a lot, something that you couldn't even do with a packet of ketchup, right? You'd get in trouble for example. So things have been inverted, if you will, right? The times now require you not to be competent, not for your high IQ, but rather incompetency and agency is going to take you a lot further, propel you a lot farther than IQ ever will, and it ever has. Frankly, this is the time. So if there's anybody out there that's thinking I need to get smarter, I don't think you need to get smarter. I think you need to understand your strengths and understand your weaknesses and play that hand. Okay, so anyways, back to the Fetty effect. Our buddy Fetty here managed to use a credit card under the name of the company, maxed it out to about 100K. Not that much. What's interesting for us is to see what he did with that money. So what he did with that money was he bought flowers for HR. You know, he dazzled them, right? He got them off his tail. There was no auditing to be had. Steak every night, right? Medium rare picanha, 12 ounces. Bottles of Syrah, bottles of really good wine. First class flights to exotic locations. $400 a night rooms, right? 4 or 5 star hotels. Okay. Charcuterie boards as part of the room service. I mean, Buddy was just living like a king. And you would think, okay, once he finally gets caught, what's supposed to happen? Well, guess what? Not only did he not have to return any of the money, because nothing in the guidelines stipulated that he had broken any rules, right? Because there was no rules as to how you could use company money, right? So there's that part. The other part is, so he didn't have to return any of the money that he spent. And on top of that, he got compensated for his full, because he got terminated early, compensated for his full salary, right? So he ended up leaving with about 300K and then ended up getting a better position in a different company. So like I said, the story is what? The story is you get rewarded for bad behavior. So boys behaving badly, there is plenty of examples, I'm sure, of people that have been able to do this, right? Finesse the system, get away with basically murder, right? And find a way to, even get rewarded for it. And then you got other people on the other hand that are constantly playing by the rules, constantly watching their P's and Q's and worried about how they're going to be perceived and their vocal tone and their attitude and getting along with everyone and everyone liking them. And those are the people that get let go because they lack presence. They lack the ability to be their authentic selves. And something about that rubs people the wrong way. And then they get let go. They get pink slipped, if you will. And they have to move it along. But those people, unfortunately, if you're one of those people, I would say don't do that. I would say you got to follow your own rules. And I used to beat myself up for that. I used to feel like, man, I should just get along and do, get with the program, as you will. And then I realized like that just wasn't me. It just wasn't in my spirit to just follow the rules. I'm rambunctious by nature. I knew that I couldn't possibly follow rules. If anything, I figured they were there to be broken. And so I wouldn't go as far as Fetty, but Fetty's a perfect example. The Fetty effect is a perfect example of what happens when you live and are in tune with your own internal compass. So anyhow, I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.